These are the parables of the feasts. Jesus was at a feast when he noticed how the people were chasing places of honor, so he told them a parable. When you are invited by someone to a wedding feast, do not sit down in the place of honor, lest someone more distinguished than you be invited by him. And he who invited you both, he will come to you and say, "Give your place to this person," and then you will begin with shame to take the lower place. But when you are invited, go and sit in the lower place, so that when your host comes, he may say to you, "Friend, move up higher." Then you will be honored in the presence of all who sit at the table with you. For everyone who exalts himself will be humbled, and he who humbles himself will be exalted. He said also to the man who had invited him, "When you give a dinner or a banquet, do not invite your friends or your brothers or your relatives or your rich neighbors, lest they also invite you in return and you'll be repaid. But when you give a feast, instead invite the poor, the crippled, the lame, and the blind, and you will be blessed, because they cannot repay you, for you will be repaid at the resurrection of the just." When one of those who reclined at the table with him heard these things, he said to him, "Blessed is everyone who will eat the bread in the kingdom of God." But he said to him, "A man once gave a great banquet and invited many. And at the time for the banquet, he sent his servant to say to those who had been invited, 'Come, for everything is now ready.' But they all alike began to make excuses. The first said, 'I have bought a field. I've got to go out and see it. Please have me excused.' And then another said, 'I bought a yoke of oxen. I've got to go examine them. Please have me excused.' And then another said, 'I've married a wife, and therefore please also have me excused.' So the servant came and reported these things to his master. Then the master of the house became angry and said to his servant, 'Go out quickly to the streets and the lanes of the city, and bring in the poor and the crippled and the blind and the lame.' And the servant said, 'Sir, what you have commanded has been done, and there is still room.' And the master said to the servant, 'Go out to the highways and the hedges and compel people to come in, so that my house may be filled. For I tell you, none of those men who were invited shall taste my banquet.'" Jesus shared all of this and more while doing his Father's will.